So what happened?
Chaos shut the sluice gates and cut off the water supply. He caused a drought. Every village downstream dried up in the space of a day.
He took it out on the people just because they made fun of him.
Not only that, Chaos had another, sharper thorn in his side. Sarah, his betrothed.
Well, sure, she was probably cold as ice. After all, she loved you.
No, not Sarah. She kept her end of the bargain. Oh, she resisted Chaos's forceful courtship at first, you can be sure of that. But once she had resolved to wed him, she uttered not a single complaint. Rather than reject Chaos, she did what she could to support him as his dutiful wife.
Then why was Chaos so worried?
It is hard to know what gnawed at the corners of his mind. Perhaps he doubted Sarah's sincerity. He took her silence as evidence of ill intentions, his own malice reflected in her eyes. Every smile she flashed at him was merely to conceal her desire for another man. Or so it seemed to him. To Chaos's mind, poisoned with suspicion, Sarah's every breath, her every action must have felt like betrayal.
He was that insecure. I almost pity him.
His condition only worsened from there. He was soon unable to trust anyone, not even himself. Slowly but surely, Chaos's heart withered inside him.
Oh my, but my throat is parched. It appears Lord Chaos has no intention of restoring your water supply. The crops wither in the field, and the livestock suffer.
What does taking our water away achieve? If this continues, every living thing in the village will wither and die.
Revenge for what happened at the competition, no doubt. It did not exactly cast him in the best of lights, so now he's making the entire village pay for it.
The fool. He's mad.
He's not as stupid as he is vindictive, mind you. And lately, he's been faced with a particular problem. He is enthralled to a fiend, a vicious, unrelenting fiend.
A fiend.
Yes. Its name is love.
Enough games.
No doubt it causes Lady Sarah great distress. No matter how genuine her actions may be, Lord Chaos's suspicions only deepen. Perhaps you would be willing to help remedy this. You do owe her your life, after all.
What can I do? Surely if I show up, it will only make Chaos angrier.
Your will to assist in this endeavor will suffice. The rest can be left to fate. I wouldn't waste what little time remains in indecision. Lady Sarah is torn between her loyalty to the suffering villagers and her loyalty to Lord Chaos himself. I wonder how much more she can endure.
Hey, get over here!
She's going to jump!
We gotta stop her!
I'm sure you can guess who they speak of.
I'm afraid I can.
Sarah! Please, don't do this! That's right! Don't! This isn't your fault!
There's no other way. What are you doing here? No! Stay back! I've thought this through. I have no other choice.
My sweet Sarah, I respect your determination. But before you do something irreversible, please Tell us what brought you to this precipice, as it were. Indeed, I know a little of your dilemma, but I'm afraid you've left this young man here entirely in the dark. Or shall I shed some light on matters? You pledged your hand in marriage to Lord Chaos. With all the sincerity you could muster, you pledged it. Oh, but he wanted your heart, as well as your hand. Sadly, I fear that mere words were not enough.
Words are all that I had to express the truth in my heart. And yet, Lord Chaos would not believe me. Why?
Why? The reason is obvious. You promise your love to Lord Chaos, but this emotion, love, is foreign to him.
Then tell me, what am I to do? What other choice do I have but this?
There is one bold but brilliant way to resolve this conundrum. Tell me, if you were to name the villain in this tale, who would that be? Why not just kill him?
But
Please help us!
without water, we'll all die.
We'll follow Chaos no longer!
You're our only hope.
If you make a stand, you can count on all of us to have your back.
Chaos has stolen these people's water. And Sarah, who offered to marry him, now feels death to be her only option. We face despair at every turn. But among us here, there is one whose light can banish this shadow. And his name?
I see now.
Their hopes now lie with you.
Before, I'm sure, when the hope that dwells within people's hearts turns to a warm and shining light.
The light of hope. You saw the hope in their eyes turn toward you, and it gave you the push you needed.
It was the first time that light revealed itself to me. I could not resist it. So warm it was, so gentle. It shone in through the holes rent in my heart by the loss of my brother, and set my soul ablaze.